We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
and I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California. Haven't said that in a while.
Rolls off your tongue, doesn't it?
I like kind of think. Actually, I still have to think about it. I'm used to the Valley of the Sun now, but we'll get it.
Today, Jill and I talk about the 3 biggest roadblocks to success in land investment, as I think the members see it, not necessarily how I see it.
I would like to pause and note, like, if you're watching this, you see a different background. We're not our usual thing, and we're certainly not at the beach. We're used to see the bikes going by behind us. So we are in a sweet Airbnb for the whole month of July. So that's what's going on.
The audio video production will suffer because of that, but
Yep.
I think our attitudes are a lot better.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good point.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And I hope you know that we have a full-blown operational commercial printing company called offers2owners.com. Jill and I set it up a bunch of years ago out of our own frustration of trying to get our own mailers out with a regular, non-specialized commercial printing company. If you'd like more information, it's the cheapest, best places to send a mailer, trust me. Check out support at offers2owners.com, or just go to the website.
Jalen wrote, I hope everyone had a great 4th of July. Is there anyone in here that's working with commercial vacant land? I'm getting ready to send in a mailer, and I have a couple questions about it.
I'm just going to basically talk about it. I know, Jalen, there are a lot of people piped in. Here's how I handle commercial vacant land. We keep it in our mailers. If I decide to send a zip code, a mailer out to a zip code, I certainly keep in every land type that's in there at all. Commercial, industrial, most of the places we send mail, there's different types of commercial property. So there's 2 schools of thought here. You have to figure out which one's best for you. If you just look up commercial real estate or segregate commercial property from everything else, let's say. We just talked about this in the advanced call a couple days ago. What you're going to find is very small numbers. So you might have a really populated county or zip code, and I just want to look at commercial property, and you're going to see that the numbers are like 5% of the actual number of properties in the entire data set. So number one, that can be an advantage or a disadvantage. The advantage is this: small numbers like that, you can price it individually. You can apply a lot of methodology to pricing, but it's generally doable by hand. So I can look at every single property and price it and say, oh yeah, it's worth $250,000. I'm going to offer 25% of that. Go to the next one. It's worth $350,000. I'm going to offer 25% of that, and on and on and on. There's a lot more data on commercial vacant land than there is on just regular rural vacant land. The bad news is you're now about to send out a 500-unit mailer. What do you think about that?
Oh, this sucks. I need more phone calls than that. Yeah. So do it times 10, please.
So the best of both worlds is find about 10 places, 10 zip codes or 20 zip codes to send a commercial real estate mailer. Spend some time pricing it, and whoever's going to answer your phone, in most cases, in your case, it's probably going to be you because I know you're new. And you're all set up for it. Now you have a 5,000-unit mailer for commercial real estate. You're set up to make a ton of money.
Yep. So I'm just getting comfortable here still.
Today's topic, the 3 biggest roadblocks to success in land investment. This is the meat of the show.
Okay. So we were talking with our pals from Chicago, and that was one of the questions, like, what are the things that hold people back? I'm like, oh, I like this. And we haven't talked about it for a while. And I was really spending some time thinking about this yesterday and today. And what's interesting is, even though we haven't talked about it in a while, it's pretty much the same things. The same things that stopped people 5 years ago are stopping them today. And I'll tell you my 3, and then I'm loving to hear your 3. So my first one is, and it's just getting going. It's basically, first thing is people don't take action. You know, there should be a healthy amount of research. Really, I want a good amount of research. Don't want 3 years of research, but I think 3 months of research is good. I think that's great. 3 weeks, maybe that's enough for you. I don't know. I think 3 months is good, honestly. I don't want you to jump into something flippantly, but I don't want you to stop. Like I said, you don't need a PhD in it because then you didn't do anything. So taking action. The second roadblock that I see people want to get into this is, and by the way, taking action is getting an education and joining a program or doing, that's the fastest, best way to do it.
That's not on my list, but man, that's number one.
Yeah, is not taking action by you research, you know what you want to do. Now you found the right place. Now you're going to jump in. Whatever it is that you're doing in life, whether it's land investing or something else, you got to just get the education learn from somebody who's doing it right and then follow them. So my number 2 thing is money related. And I think that money's a roadblock because of poor planning. We all know how much money comes in. You should know. Well, and you know how much money goes out. And if more money's going out than is coming in, then you've got to make some changes. And so that's why it's all poor planning. And if it takes you 6 months to save up to do it right, that's just what it takes. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's my number 2. And then my third biggest roadblock to success, let's say you got past number 1. I did my research. I know what I'm doing. I joined Land Academy. I'm moving forward. I planned money. I've got some money in the bank. I know I can pay for data. I know I can send out mail. I can pay for a phone service. Maybe I'm working a day job, so I have them answering the phone. I planned all that out. So what's the third roadblock that this person might encounter they have to overcome? And it is second guessing decisions instead, because I watch this a lot. Like even people are so afraid to just push the button and send out the mail. Second guessing decisions instead of trusting the process and moving forward and knowing you're going to fail and then adjust as you go. I know it's kind of a lot rolled into one, but that's my number 3. What are your 3?
So there's a bunch of components to doing this from start to finish. We talk about this in the formal education portion all the time. There's between 8 and 10 components to it, and here they are. And this is a loose podcast version of skipping along the top of the steps to do a mailer. Number 1, you troll around the internet with the parameters that you've set based on how much money you want to make. We call it trolling, to find places to send mail that work for you. Let's say you want to make $10,000 or whatever the trolling numbers are. You do that. Great, check. Then you check those places using the red, green, yellow test to see if that's if their days on market are that fit your criteria, if the people are buying and selling property at a pretty high speed there. It's red, green, yellow tests. The trolling aspect might be perfect, but the days on market are 150 days. We just don't want to do that. That's an indication that if we buy some property really inexpensively, it's going to take too long to sell it. So that's number 2, red, green, yellow test. Number 3 is to do the mailer. Price it, do it, and price it. That's the third component. Number 4, set up all your stuff, like Jill said. Mm-hmm. Number 5, answer the phone and convert some of these really white-hot leads into actual deals that make sense for you from a number standpoint. Number 6 is send it to the escrow agent, buy the property. Number 7 is post it. Number 8 is sell it. Okay, that's loosely the anatomy of a deal. Well, most people that join Land Academy or are interested in buying, selling land, or generally interested in real estate are very, very intelligent. And so they'll look at this and they'll say, here's these components to a mailer. I love all of this, but I can't stand answering the phone. So my number 1 is, what stops people is there's one of these things, and there's a lot of different flavors in these 8 to 10 steps. It's very concerns you a lot. For a lot of people, it's doing a mailer. That's not one of my concerns, but I'm not really interested in answering the phone for a lot of reasons. Certainly not at this point in my career. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do this because one or two of those things you're really concerned by it. What I'm saying is you should find a partner or do it yourself for a while, even knowing that you're going to have to outsource it or make it a partnership situation at some point. So for me, my number 1 thing is the reason I think people don't completely follow through on this and hit their financial goals is because there's one thing that's freaking them out. And Jill and I have made it now, I guess, our life's work to solve
those,
to create tools so that to make this a lot easier. For instance, data tree is way easier. Offers to owners is easier. Concierge data does the mailer for you. Pat Live answers the phone for you. You know, it doesn't remove. It's not an easy button by any stretch, but man, it's nothing like it was when we started. We had to do all this stuff.
What's number 2?
Lack of organization. Lack of okay, there's 10 steps, and then I'm going to put all these steps in Outlook, and there is a day that I'm going to send my mailer to offers to owners, and it's let's say 2 weeks in the future, and so that's the day I have to send it. That's the due date for myself. We've all had due dates. We're that's what school is. That's what our primary education is deadlines, and in college hopefully. So you work your way backwards, and just like you did on every exam or every paper that you had to write for school, and then put it in Outlook and stick to it. Number 3, you're either Jack or a Jill. I think there are some cases I can do both, and I did both for a lot of years, and I did it with mediocre success. When we joined forces, and I didn't have to do the stuff I didn't want to do anymore, and I could really focus on the stuff that I like and I'm pretty good at. What a force, and that's what Land Academy is for, is to provide you the resources to find a Jack or a Jill depending on what you need or want. And we see that in there all the time. Partnership wanted is what it's called in Discord. And daily, people are saying, I love doing the mail, don't want to answer the phone. I love answering the phone, don't want to do the mail. I suck
at Excel.
I need a partner.
Or I suck at data, whatever. Yep.
So again, we provided, I think, these solutions on this.
Good list. I like this. Yeah, yours is better than mine. And I'm glad I was just thinking about the Excel thing. The other day I was sitting in the car, I'm like, I think some people get held up just like I'm afraid of it. You can overcome it. You can overcome that, and that's a whole different show.
There's a lot of moving parts to this. For some people, it's crazy successful. This last career path that Jill and I taught, I've never seen
that was fun.
So many diverse types of people in different parts of the country with different types of land being so successful. That was truly, the first thing we do in Career Path is we go around the room and ask everybody, hey, why are you here and how many deals are you doing and what's going on? And I fell out of my chair. Way more successful financially at buying, selling land than Jill and I are. I
think in this last Career Path too, that partnerships were formed faster than any other career path. They really did a good job of getting to know each other quickly.
Yep.
And that's huge. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
So now the episode on the Land Academy Show, we interview member Austin Sakai. And he tells us he's a Career Path graduate or alumni.
Yep.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Yeah, this was I'm looking forward to it. In case you're wondering when the next career path is, I will tell you. And actually, you can find it on the website. There's dates and there's times and there's stuff already up there. And actually, you can sign up now, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can.
Jeez, what's that all about?
I'll tell you right now. This is going to be my little extra here.
That's impressive.
So, yep. So, if you go to landacademy.com/career path, you will find it. And it is October 13th, that Wednesday is the first day, and it's the 10 Wednesdays. So we go October 13th through December 14th. But the times are there, the days are there, it's all there. The description of what goes on is in there, and again, there's a button that you can join. So if you're ready and you want to jump in, it's there, ready to go.
We are Jack and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.